see what's on. Let's see what's on the itinerary for today. So most high God, please block anybody trying to interfere with this reading or whatever you came. Whatever you brought me here to do today. Do step in and deliver your messages to we, your children. We thank you so very much. Oh, most high. Okay. I'm being privileged to choose the formula today. Yeah. Let's see. I'm being led to my cards. I don't want to be stressed out. I didn't come here to be stressed out. But these people that keep messing with my life, they need to get put in their place. I'm gonna let Anubis and them handle that. Anubis, get them! Shit. We got other things that we could pay attention to. I need to keep my blood pressure down. Okay? So, let's see. Okay, where's that deck? So we're going to get our topic from this one. And that's as far as I want to go, Most High. You can choose the decks to bring us the best message relating to that area of our life. Ooh, wait. No. Let me see what cards are in here. What topics are in here? choose this one. We're gonna get our subject from there. And then the Most High is gonna select the decks to give us the message that it wants us to know. So what are we going with? What's your message based on whatever you want to tell us about from that deck? Haven't seen you in a long time. Okay. All right, let's see what the subject matter is going to be at this time. Okay, we want to know the general status of the world, the general status of us here on the earth. That's what we want to know about, like, as it pertains to our healing and us being able to create the kind of reality that's in alignment with what you want for us, aka our best versions of ourselves. Okay. We want to know about that, whatever part of that you want to highlight at this time. We're looking for our general status as human beings and our development, our improvement, us being able to have a time in our life where there's more happy and progressive days than sad, challenging ones. Our understanding. Because it all starts with understanding. It starts in our mind first. The healing starts in our mind. And then it comes to our reality by making it come into our reality. So let's see. What's the vibe? Let's get it. Okay, so general status. Okay, so the part of life that God want to talk about is family. Ooh, and that came out with death. What does that mean? Family and death. The underlying issue is the recreation chill mode. Being able to like have peace within our own self in doing nothing or doing whatever we love to do, which is what I just asked about, living our best life. Recreation chill mode. We got inherit, present. Present is coming through as a gift right now. When it comes to how we deal with each other or how we deal with life, sex is like a interaction, an exchange of energy, whether you're doing it by yourself or you're doing it with someone. It's a manipulation of energy. So that's in life in general. Then we got career or profession. We got institution. So this is all the different parts of life. Our hobbies, you know, making peace with our past, remembrance, passing our tests. So basically life in general. Oof. And the politics, so our government, our location, like where we are physically, where we are spiritually, our friend circle and social life, everything. So yeah, message received. So this is what I just asked about our overall and prophecy and all that other good stuff, right? So God is about to answer us. Yeah. God already knew what I was gonna ask about before I did. Because if we watch the news, they'll put on all type of stuff on the news to keep us like worried and scared and feeling hopeless, thinking human family is getting nowhere with our progress. They'll have us thinking that things will never get better, and they'll have us thinking that these evil people who think they still run the world are winning. That's what they want to convince us of. But I know better. So now I'm here to check so that we can all know better. All right, so family and death. The death card isn't even coming through to me. It, clearly, I'm getting nothing. I'm just seeing the word death, but it's not coming through to me to let me know if it's like actually like dying or if it's that transformational energy. So the family is going to be the human family. Okay, now it's coming through as transformation. Okay, thank you. It's like, why is death coming out with family? So yeah, so it's about family and transformation. So the transformation of the human family, yeah. So where we at with it? Let's find out. We're checking on our general health as a human family and our progress, our betterment. What's the status? Okay. All right. So the subject matter, we got be assertive. So the first thing God wants us to know is us being sure about whatever we're into. Okay. That's the first thing. No half stepping. It's either you're going to do this and be fully present, fully committed, or just don't do it. Okay? That's the first step to bringing about these transformations. You have to see it all the way through. Okay? You start and you stop in the middle, obviously the job's not going to get done. The transformation is not going to be complete. And you're going to leave yourself probably even worse off. Because now you're stuck in limbo, in the middle. You're not here, you're not there. So the card that came out, we got within the next few weeks. So in less than a month, there's a need for us to be assertive. The underlying issue is you are ready. So we, the human family, we are ready to be assertive about whatever is about to come within the next few weeks. I'm here in 3 weeks. So 3 weeks from now is going to be what? Probably the beginning of June. Okay, so something is about to happen around the beginning of June, and we need to be assertive about our stance on whatever it is that takes place. Okay, and there's no excuses because God is saying we as a human family, we are ready for this. Okay, I'm hearing we've come to a certain phase in our development in getting to know the world. We have a good idea what's really going on. Okay, so it's like act like you know. Don't allow them to discourage you with whatever we see happening, whatever nonsense. I'm sure it's gonna be some nonsense. Well, I should say. Can't say I'm sure. I feel it's gonna be some nonsense, some craziness to trigger us and make us upset or make us scared or make us whatever. But by the beginning of June, around about 3 weeks or so from now, something is about to happen. So this is a prophecy. And God says we need to be assertive about how we choose to feel, how we choose to think, how we choose to approach the situation. Do not back down. So let's check out the rest of the underlying issue. Well, we are ready. Okay, we the human family, we ready for this. Whatever they're about to throw at us, we're ready for it. God is like, yep, you are ready. Okay, you're ready to take action. We're ready to take action. And we got ask for help from others. That's us working together because we know that there's something better than whatever the hell they're showing us and want us to believe life is all about. We know that we can be so much better than what we currently have. We need to communicate clearly and the situation will improve. And I felt one more. So we got a no. So basically saying no. Okay? When you decide we're not doing that no more, that's it. We want a peaceful resolution. Okay? We have a right to a peaceful resolution. We have a right to our own peace. That's what I'm hearing. We have a right to liberty. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights Charter. I'm hearing that too. So we need to get to know that law document. We need to get to know the contents of the Universal Declaration Rights of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights Charter of the United Nations. We need to familiarize ourselves with that and stick to it. I'm hearing, okay? Because those are our God-given rights. I'm hearing, okay? And if you've ever read the Universal Declaration of Human Rights Charter of the United Nations, you will see why it is our God-given right, because it allows everybody to be themselves. The only thing that's being asked of us is not to hurt each other. Okay? So anything that goes contrary to the Universal Declaration of Human Rights Charter of the United Nations, any government creating laws that go against that, any government conducting themselves in a manner that goes contrary to that, they're going to lose. This is the season where they're going to lose. So it's for us to know our rights as human beings, stand up for them, and don't give up, because God is on our side. The law, I heard, is on our side. Okay? So yeah. So say no to any bullshit. So just remember that within 3 weeks, also, some craziness is going to happen. And we are ready for it. If you don't know you're ready, God wants you to know you are ready for whatever they're about to send our way. Let's get the second message. So this is a worldwide thing. Whatever is about to happen, it's going to be an event that's going to affect the whole human family. Whether it looks small and insignificant or not, whatever it is, it has the power to manipulate the whole human family, okay? So whatever is about to come up is a test, basically. It's about to show us where we're at as the human family. Twice now that happened. And we did get a reading a little while back that was saying that they're going to do all types of crazy things just to kind of test the waters to see exactly how much they can push us. Because people, the masses, we have been known to stand up for our rights on several occasions, and they don't know when that's going to happen. So what they be doing with these crazy stories, these crazy reports of a man shooting 8 people and all these other mass shootings and the Epstein files coming out about child trafficking and whatnot, and nobody's getting arrested, and these unjust wars that they're conducting against innocent people, and all these things, they're just tests to see what they can get away with the human family. They know that we have a boiling point. They know that we have a point where we're just not going to take the bullshit anymore, and we will stand up for ourselves, but they don't know where it is. Hence the reason why they are trying to come up with all types of secret weapons and, I mean, e- EMPs, electromagnetic pulse weapons, and they're trying to come up with um like other AI. They're actually weapons, okay? Psychological weapons as well. They're trying to come up with different means so that they can have control over us if we choose to stand up against their oppression, their unfair treatment of we the people. Yesterday, I was watching something on Facebook, and it was a video of a whole bunch of people just all of a sudden dying. In these videos, the people were doing something weird. It's like they would be just chilling, and then they'll start kind of looking around or turning around. Okay, they start turning around slowly, and then they start kind of going like this, and their muscles in their legs and their arms, they kind of they kind of spaz out, and then these people, they just fall down and kind of in a like a seizure type mode. This lady, I shared it on my Facebook. I think she was saying that it's the, you know, when they had the last world virus, the injections, they injected something into some of these patients, and whatever, I think she called it nanotechnology. When they activate it from whatever computer device they have attached it to, because it's basically kind of like a computer chip. And okay, I don't know too much about this, but here's what I do know. The human body is kind of like it's an electrical machine, okay? That's why, well, if your heart fails, they bring it back to life with that electrical, I don't know what it's called, but you know the one where they say clear and then they shock you, is because we are an electrical entity. Okay. Now, they've been talking about putting these chips inside of us, and they're selling it to us as though it's a step forward into modern technology where you can open your door with a chip in your wrist or wherever, and you can pay for food with this chip in your wrist, and you can do whatever with this chip in your wrist, right? But what they're not telling you is what else they could do with chip in the wrist, because the way that it goes in, it connects to like your nervous system or something like that, and the same way that you can use it for positive things, these people who we know we can't trust, they can use it for negative things. So it is my belief that they can control our heart rate from a computer. Once we got this chip, they can control our heart rate. I'm sure if they haven't already found out how to, they're going to try to use it to control our muscles. So they, from a computer, they'll be able to get us to slap ourselves if they so choose. Okay? So the kind of control that they have by injecting these things in us, they're not worthy of that kind of control, because we already know they're irresponsible. Look at how they run society. We already know that they can't be trusted because they don't have any self-discipline. They do whatever they want to whoever they think they can do it to. And it's usually not a good thing that they're doing to the people. So they think that they're God, they think that they're above the law. So to give them that much power over our bodies and our minds is a very, very, very bad idea. And it's believed that allegedly, I should say, when the last world virus was going around and they were giving people the quote unquote vaccine, they were injecting people with these technological chips or whatever. Okay. So they got control over those people. It's like they could decide who dies and who stays alive. So if you got that injection, it's possible that you got one of those things inside of you. And it's only God who can actually not make it work if they choose to target you for death or for some kind of stroke. So now people aren't just having natural strokes, they can actually hack into your body and cause your body to malfunction in any way, just about any way that they want it to. And the only one that can stop that is God. Okay? Because if I know God, God can stop it itself, but God probably also has like hackers on the other side of the spectrum, the good hackers who can undo whatever these evil people are using this technology that they've injected to do. Okay? So the battle, the war that the human family is in, it's about to it seems unreal, but for those of you who know that what I'm saying is true, you get it. And if I don't have all of the details in order, you know what I'm talking about. So you know the importance of saying no. You can't have that type of control over me. All this talk of going cashless, creating a cashless society, and all this social scoring system business, and all this digital ID business, these people do not deserve to have this level of access to us because they cannot be trusted with this level of power. We see what they do. We know who they are. We know how they think. They're not nice people. They're not trustworthy people. Okay? And they're not going to think twice to use these powers, these new powers that they have against us. It is their pleasure to do so. Okay? So it doesn't matter how nice they want to sell this technology to us, where there's some talk about them, what do they call it? It's like mixing the human body with AI. They sell it to you as though they're trying to convince you that they're making you superhuman by putting part robotics in your body. Okay? But what they're not telling you is that they can also control your body because they are the maker. They are the brains behind the operation. So once you have their technology inside you, they basically own you and what you do with yourself. Right now, it's not safe to like be a soldier. It's not safe to shit. Even we out here, I'm sure there are many means that they can, if God allow them, insert these things into our bodies. But my knowledge on this is very limited. And it's only going to increase with time because it's something that I'm interested in because it concerns we the people. So yeah, I want to know. When I know more, I'll be able to tell you guys more. But the general rule right now is the less power that these people have over us, the better off we are. They're not supposed to have control of our food. They're not supposed to have control of our water. Because obviously, when we start to stand up against them, they're going to use these basic essentials against us. It's common sense. It doesn't take a genius to work out that that's how they're going to fight. They fight dirty. Okay? They're going to try to control us by any means. So, like how they're using the cars, imagine your car is fully computerized. Do you know that they could shut down your car at any time? Even just a hacker who has no affiliation with the government, just somebody intelligent enough to know how to handle themselves when it comes to information technology, AI. They can shut down your car on the highway while you're going at 80 miles per hour. Could you imagine what would happen? All this modernization with these computerized cars and all these things, y'all need to think about who you're dealing with and what they can actually do. Who is providing these vehicles for you? They're not on your side. They're not on our side. And then I heard a report yesterday saying that the older cars, they're charging people more money to drive the older cars. They're saying that it's because of the fuel that the car uses. They're saying that it's not really clean energy. So for driving a vehicle like that, you have to pay extra money. But what it really is they're trying to push people to get these modern computerized cars so that they have more control. Some people's doors to their house is computerized. And yes, it's all fine and dandy most of the time, but if they ever decide to lock you out your house, you will not have access to your house. So somebody like me, for example, who's always speaking out against these corrupt governments, these corrupt leaders of the corporations and stuff like that. How do you think me having a computerized car or me having my very front door for my house computerized and all of that, how do you think that's gonna go? They'd be glad for me to do something like that. I'd imagine I'd be having a lot of difficulty with this car and a lot of difficulty with getting into my house many a time, just to frustrate me, if nothing else. Imagine you come home from work and it's cold outside and you want to get into your house. You already come out your car and you're trying to get into your house. You can't open your house. Then you try to go back to your car and your car won't open. So now you're just out in the cold. And they're just watching you on the video cameras wherever they got it, just laughing. It's funny. And for the ones that they really hate and they really want to take out, they'll just shut your engine down on the highway. And they don't care. Just to let you know that they are the ones with the control. They think they're God. So I don't know what is about to happen within 3 weeks. But they're up to something. And whatever they're up to, God is saying, we are ready for it anyway. Only God can save us from these types of enemies and challenges. Only God. Because God knows who to educate. God knows who to motivate. Just like God has educated me and motivated me to come on here and do these readings. Every reading that I do, it's like it changes the world in a positive way. Okay? So the same way that God has empowered me and inspired me and motivated me and given me the courage to do what I do to help the human families, the same way God is gonna have some people in like who are great at IT. God is gonna have people who are great at uh, policies, rules, laws, running communities. God is gonna have people who are great at in the medical field. They not only are great at medicine, but they're solid people as well who these people can't push around. So the question is, who are you and what has God called you for? What has God empowered you to do for the general public and the general welfare of the human family? That is the question that you need to ask yourself. Are you one who has been called? Are you one who has been chosen? Okay? The fact that your life is hard, it's usually a sure sign that you are being called. Because these hardships that we go through, they usually fuel us. They motivate us. They drive us because we are transferring that energy in a positive way rather than allowing ourselves to be upset with our situations. Like, why does life have to be so hard? No, we don't talk like that. We don't talk like that. We see problems, we hope for solutions, we seek solutions, we share solutions, and they just keep fighting us. That's what they do. This is what we do. Okay? And there's more of us than there is of them. Because even people who are helping these evil people right now, they are like us. It's just that they don't know better right now. They don't have the courage to not do that right now. They don't see reason to not help these evil people right now, but they will. Because we, the people, are going to win this. And that's what they're afraid of. Us becoming conscious of who we are and where we fit in the grand scheme of things. Because right now, because there's so few of us that are going as hard as myself when it comes to the healing of the human family, they have time to target me, but there's 144,000 of us plus those who we will inspire. So imagine when as many as that awaken, they don't have enough human resources to target all of us. If we were to all come online, they don't have the capability, and that's why they're putting all these other weapons in place. But God didn't make us to fall for those weapons. Those weapons, they're futile against us because God has a purpose for us. You see it? So the rules that would apply to people who are connected to their lowest frequency, it don't apply to us who vibrate on a higher frequency because we are valuable to God and God's purpose. You understand? So you need to know who you are in the hierarchy of life and fulfill that position with joy and peace in your heart. We don't have to be upset. Shit, we doing what we doing. That's it. I need to keep my blood pressure down, bruv. So I'm not gonna waste time being upset with the attacks and all of that. It's fine. Do you? Because I'm gonna keep doing me. And that's how we're gonna win this. They can't move us unless we give them permission to. We have to give them the power over our emotions. We have to give them the power over our thoughts. We have to give them the power over what we believe. We have to subscribe to whatever they're putting out for it to work. They're powerless against us. They could do something to make us mad. It don't mean that we have to be upset. Let them think we're strange. Shit, I'm looking after my personal health. Yeah, you killed my father. And this is a true story. They went that far to try to pull me off course. They went that far to try to cut my power. They went that far to make me quit. Yeah, you killed my father, so what? My father is wherever he is doing whatever he's doing. Yes, it made me sad. I cried uncontrollably. I had to lay myself down on the floor to bring some balance. Yes, it hurt because I loved him. But then life goes on. I cried probably for, on and off, I cried for probably, how long was it? I don't know if it was maybe like a month. But then life goes on. You know? We respect the grieving process. Take time to grieve, but don't stay there. Take time to be upset, but don't stay there. We got work to do. Okay? You can't change it, but you can honor the situation. And then leave it right there. It's cool. Life goes on. Okay? My daddy was my superhero at one point. After all that was said and done, I found out that he also was part of the squad utilized to hurt me. But at the end of the day, before I knew that, the love I had for him was sincere. And yes, I was hurt. But I knew that life still goes on, you know? So I still went to work. I was crying on the bus. While I was going to work, I would cry on the bus, try to hide it. Yeah. Life goes on, you know? And our better days are always ahead of us. It's never behind us. Never, ever, ever behind us. Whatever our past life look like, what our future life look like is much better. So let go of the past. Honor the past. But don't hold on to it so much that you stay stuck there. You know? Who is meant to be here, they're going to be here. God's not going to allow them to take them away. Who is meant to be on the other side, for whatever reason, because you know we need protectors on the other side too. Because for the type of spiritual warfare that we are engulfed in, We need people in the land of the living, and we need people in the land of the dead. And whatever other dimensions there are that we are yet to learn of, we need people everywhere. We need soldiers and protectors everywhere. So don't be so sad when a loved one passed over. Because people use their passed over loved ones to fight against us too. So we need passed over loved ones to stand up for us on that side. If I'm not mistaken, I have a granny, my father's mother. She's on the other side, and she protects me up till now. I was pregnant with a son in 1999, and I had an abortion, and like 15 years later, he showed up with my grandma in a dream to show me that they're together. They're together in the other side. And he was fully grown like he would be on this side. So they showed up 15 years later to show me that they are together. So my grandma has my son. And he's been waiting to be birthed into this world from then till now. And he can't come until I find somebody worthy to be his father. Okay. Yeah. So he is a Messiah. Whoever he is, he's destined to be great. And you can only raise a great child when he or she is being raised by great parents, great guides, you know? So he has to stay over there on that side until everything is in alignment on this side. And then he'll be manifested in this realm. So shout outs to my grandma. And if y'all think I'm crazy, I think she's crazier than me. She's small like me. Her name is Ann Welch. She's small like me. I'm hearing Ann Daly. She said her name is Ann Daly. Okay, so her name is Daly. Welch was the husband's name. Hello, Grandma. So yeah, she a hard ass. Kind of fell out with her because she too rough, man. It's like, be gentle with me. Because although I'm a soldier, I'm a very gentle soul. Okay, those who observe me and have gotten to know me, they know that about me. Because if there's no reason to be all hostile, then I just can't, I'm not built that way. I'm a sweetheart. I'm a sweetheart by nature. You know? I'm a monster when they push my buttons. But yeah. And that's what has caused me to kind of separate myself from those who are in the land of the, I don't even want to call it the land of the dead, but those who are on that other side of the land of the living. I separate myself from them because I'm still dealing with their personalities. If I interact with them, I have to deal with their personalities, and their personalities they're just too rough for me. So I just kind of stop myself from communing with them, from like interacting with them, because it's like we're not the same. Okay, I can't take all that hostility, that energy. Okay, it's not justified because I'm not a disobedient person. So it's like if you're telling me something, you don't need to be all mean about it, because as long as it makes sense to me, I'm going to comply, because why would I resist? It makes sense. It's for my betterment, you know? So there's no need to be carrying all that extra energy. So until we can learn to interact with each other with some gentleness, then I need to like limit how much time or how much I allow them to intervene in my life, you know? Because I'm generally a responsible girl anyway, so it's not like I need a lot of guidance. I may need a lot of protection, but I don't need a lot of guidance, you know? I've been figuring out how to be a woman on my own, and I've been doing great, you know? God has filled my cup with intelligence and the powers of responsibility and understanding and dedication, and you know, so I'm doing very, very, very well. But yeah, we need to work on our relationship, because I can't deal with all that hostility. My people are very, my people are gangsters, okay? It's in the blood, because I never even knew her, but I could see I look like her, and I got a lot of energies like she does, and she tiny too. So it's like, what's wrong with these tiny people? All these tiny people think they're bad man and bad girl. What? Look at Emperor Haile Selassie, small, 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 but tall, tall, tall. It's like big things come in small packages. What can we say? Yeah. All right, let's get this next message. But yeah, I come from a family of ruffians, bro. And it's a good thing I didn't grow up around them. I would have been like that too. I got my own style of ruffianism. Shout outs to all my protectors on the other side and on this side. I appreciate you. This card flips over. I am fine just as I am. All is well. All is well. Long time we haven't seen this. Fire. Okay. So, a second message. The subject matter. I see you as a gift from God. Yeah, so to recap, we got something crazy coming up within about 3 weeks or so as the human family. And I'm getting whatever this is that's about to come up, it's a gift from God. So whether it's negative or positive in our sight, just know God said we're ready for this. And it's gonna be more of a blessing than a curse to us. So let's see what that's gonna be. So that's around like the beginning of June-ish, I think. The date of today is, let me see, the 14th of May. So this is like the second week. So in 3 weeks, yeah, around the beginning of June-ish, somewhere around there. My hands feel dry. Hang on. So whatever it is, it's a gift from God, okay? So think positive, manifest positivity. I know that God is with us, and we run this bitch, okay? We are the new world order. We are the gifts from God. So it is a gift from God, and we are a gift from God. Our courage, our strength, our dedication, our sacrifice, all gifts from God to the world. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones to make a brighter day. So let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we'll make a better day. Just you and me. It's true, we'll make a better day. Just you and me. There comes a time when you hear a certain call, and the world must come together as one. There are people dying. I should look up that song. Yeah, you belong there. Shout outs to Michael Jackson and the whole rest of, oh my God, Dionne Warwick, Elton John, who else sing that song? Lionel Richie, I think Cyndi Lauper. Shout outs to all y'all. I wish I knew all of your names. Kenny Rogers. Oh y'all. Bless them. Okay, so the message, we've got fame. So everybody's gonna know. It's gonna be worldwide. And then we got, I'm afraid of what others might think. Interesting. So whatever's about to happen is a gift from God, and everybody's gonna know. Fame. It's gonna be worldwide, well known. Okay. And we got, I am afraid of what others might think. But at the bottom of the deck, the underlying issue, we got equal partners. So something is the same. Let's see. Equal partners. I am sorry. So what I'm getting from this is we are at equal strength with our oppressors. Okay? Yeah, they're strong, but we strong too. And then we got I am sorry. Shit. Are they apologizing to us for fucking with us? Or we about to say sorry? I'm about to fuck you up. Either way is equal. Okay? Yeah. They about to be sorry for fucking with us. And we about to say sorry, but it's time that we fuck you up for fucking with us for way too long. Anywho, yeah, we got I'm afraid of what others might think. So now that's coming through as like I said, they don't know how we're going to react. They're just fishing basically. When they do the stupid shit that they do to us on a large scale and implement rules like don't come out your house and you have to wear a mask and you have to do this and you have to, they're just testing the waters. They're afraid of what we might truly think and what we might truly do. So now as the underlying issue, we got equal partners. So they we kind of scared of them. Well, those of us who know of God and what God can do, we not. But the majority of us, we're afraid of them because they're scary. Okay, not me, but I know the majority is afraid. That's why we're so calm about everything. We're not really doing too much. But slowly, 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 we find our strength to not be afraid of them. But just know that they are equally afraid of us. They the wicked people. They with their one world government agenda. They with their uh make people part human, part AI agenda. They with their I'ma control you with electromagnetic pulses agenda. Them people. Yeah. Where our strength is equal to them. And let's see, we got I am sorry, huh? And we got money, money, things, money, power. Okay, that's what they're doing it for. Power. I'm just playing games with your mind. Look, and they don't know what to expect from us. They're just playing games with us to see what they can get away with when it comes to us. And if they find they can get away with it, they'll just do more and more and more. Just like a bully. When you have a bully, it's better to nip that shit in the bud. Show them, yo, this is why you're not supposed to fuck with me. Okay? Then the next time the bully wanna bully you is gonna think twice, or she's gonna think twice before they do so, because they remember what happened last time. But if you fail to handle a bully like right off the bat, what it does is next time they come to bully you, they feel like this time is gonna go exactly how it went last time. So they already got themselves convinced that they're about to conquer you again. So are you gonna stand up for yourself that time and nip that shit in the bud? Or are you gonna allow this idiot to empower him or herself even more by believing that you're a pushover? That is the question. So yeah, so it's all about money, power, okay? Because I don't have a power card in here. So the money in this reading is clearly about power, how much power and control they can have over us. And you got, I'm just playing games with your mind because that's basically how they're going to find out, okay? I don't know what you desire. Interesting. Let's see what else. I want to change my player ways. Do you now? Then we got I don't want a serious relationship. See, that's why we can't work with you. So what we got going on here is they don't know how to approach us. They're in quote unquote control and they're quote unquote running things, but they don't know what we actually want. They don't really know what to do. They don't know how to do it. Because like I said, it's a bunch of criminals pretending to be businessmen and businesswomen. It's a bunch of criminals pretending to be politicians. It's a bunch of criminals pretending to be fucking eye doctors and fucking teachers and fucking doctors and everything. Now is the criminals that have taken over all of the enterprises. So those who truly have a passion for these things, that passion has died and they're just running the world off of manipulation and bad ethics. Okay, they don't know how to truly have power over the people without being a fucked up individual. Okay? The only way they know how to have power over people is if they're controlling us with uh weapons and with lies and with fear and with shit like that, keeping us divided against amongst each other so that we can never come together and truly be strong against them. These are how they attain and maintain their control. Okay, so then we got I want to change my player ways. So they're looking for new ways of doing what they do, or new ways of being able to control us. Okay? So it's like the ways that they're doing things is too hard for them. They're in the dark. I don't know what you desire. They're in the dark. That's why they're afraid. I'm afraid of what others might think. They're afraid of us, and it's worldwide. Fame card. Okay? And everybody's gonna see their shame. They don't know what to expect. They don't know when we're gonna stand up against our bullies. So we got I want to change my player ways. Then we got I don't want a serious relationship. Now, what I was saying with this is the reason why y'all need to get out of the positions that you're in. This is why y'all need to be removed from the positions you're in, because it doesn't take much to control. It doesn't take much to be the king. It doesn't take much to be the leaders. Okay? But you see, evil men and evil women, here's your problem. You're evil. You think that love is weak. You think that love is gonna make you have less power somehow. You think that love is corny and boring, and that's your problem. That's why you are all fucked up right now. Because the right way to keep control over us, you don't want to do that. You think is asking too much of you to show us kindness, to show us fairness. You want to be a bully. You want to treat us like shit, but you want us to also accept that. And that's not happening. You're not making any sense. That's impossible. That is impossible. You need to be governing over rocks. And I don't even want to disrespect rocks like that. But you need something that's basically dead. Something that's not going to fight back. Something that's not going to stand up for their rights. That's what you desire. You're a fool. You're weak. All of you politicians and all of you quote unquote businessmen, all of you leaders of major corporations, businessmen and businesswomen, so-called, but you're just fucking criminals. All of you need to be removed and replaced because you don't know what you're doing. You're not fit for the positions that you're trying to hold in our lives. You're not kings. You're not queens. You are children with money. You're children with access to elevated things like super technology. You're children with access to information. You're not ready for the positions that you're sitting in. Because a true ruler, a true leader, they know. Look at what Abraham Traore is doing. I saw 2 posts yesterday with Abraham Traore. One of them is Abraham Traore has decided instead of putting petty thieves in jail, he's gonna put their ass on a farm to work. That's the new jail for petty crimes in Africa. So instead of you just sitting in a cell doing nothing, Traore say, yo, I'm gonna make you, not only am I gonna make you do something, it's gonna benefit you and it's gonna benefit your country. So he said, if you steal a goat to feed your family and you get put in jail, instead of using the taxpayers' money to feed you and to clothe you, what we gonna do is kind of like a probation kind of agenda. So you are obligated to come to this farm and work from such time till such time. You're going to be gaining skills and you won't have to steal to feed your family no more. And you'll be feeding the nation and you'll be helping your country. See, that's how you lead. That's how you rule. That's a man. That's a real businessman. You see the different mindsets? It's like if you didn't really do anything that really warrant jail like that, yeah, you deserve to be punished. But not only are you going to be punished, you're going to be blessed in your punishment. It kind of make you want to fuck up so that you, it kind of make people want to turn into like petty criminals just so they could get put into programs like this. Because they come out with skills. He said he gonna put some of them in like, what was it? Put some of them, basically some of them in agriculture. He gonna put some of them in like mechanics. He gonna put some of them in different branches of society to shit. Find something useful to do with your time and your energy and your intelligence. Since you're so smart to be a thief, let's see how smart you are in these other fields. Do something with yourself instead of just sitting around eating taxpayer money in a jail cell. You find yourself here every such and such, okay? You have no choice in the matter. This is your jail sentence. And it's still a blessing in disguise. Fuck y'all know about ruling people and leading people. Nothing. Look at your jails. Useless. Y'all don't know how to run no country. Y'all don't know how to lead no people. And you think people are going to hate Ibrahim Traore for making a decision like that? That's building community spirit, and that's what y'all hate. You evil people who want to be leaders. The people are going to love Ibrahim Traore for this. Y'all don't have no vision. Y'all are just horrible people and you take pride in being horrible. And that's why you can't see anything else. You think it's cute. You think it's powerful. You think it's the most powerful thing in the world for people to fear you. Love is the highest vibration, actually. Ibrahim Traore will do more with his people loving him than you could do with all the world fearing you. You're not making a difference to the world. You're a destroyer. Ibrahim Traore is a builder. And that's why y'all don't want Africa to be free. Because we are always the shining example. Always showing y'all up. It's not hard. It's not hard to show you up at all. Because you are so lowly. You are actually, you put yourself out there to people as though you're just the highest. Oh, I'm an owner of a major corporation. I got billions and millions. Yeah, but you ain't got no sense. You don't have no sense. You don't have no vision. And you are afraid of love. Who does that? You're afraid to show kindness. You always have to feel exalted over other people. You have to lift yourself up. With Ibrahim Traore, you know what's going to happen? The people is going to lift Ibrahim Traore up. That's the difference. You have to lift yourself. The people going to lift up Ibrahim Traore. Fuck you know about leadership. Nothing. You're losers. Am I done here? Thank you. Let's get the last message. Too fucking mean. That's your problem. Y'all are too mean. That's why you keep failing. Y'all don't know how to be leaders for real. Y'all don't know how to do real business. Y'all always have to come with some kind of trick, some kind of scam to make your money. Talk about that. That's all y'all know. Tricking and scamming and hurting other people to get ahead in life. Y'all don't know how to become true kings and true queens by people giving you that title. People hold you in high esteem. If you're a true king or a true queen, you don't have to declare that shit. People will declare you as such. People will tell the whole world, you are the real deal. You are special. Because you put out a whole bunch of special moves. The way you think is special, things you do are special. It's not common. You don't talk about it, you be about it. The fuck? Y'all are weak. Y'all are a disgrace to your titles. You're nobodies. You go around and you fucking eat children and you drink blood and you sexually molest children and this. Who does that? What pleasure could you possibly derive from that? How could you possibly be happy with yourself and want to continue to do these things and want other people to indulge in it with you? What are you? You go around, you kidnap people's children, you sell them here and you sell them there. You fuck up the education system of a whole nation. And you're cool with that. You go around and you fuck up everything and you cool with that. Telling yourself that you're giving yourself more power. You're an idiot. You don't have no real power. That's why y'all are jealous of Ibrahim Traore and people like that. People who run their countries in such a manner. Because they show you up. You ain't no real kings and queens. You're not dignitaries. You're not dignified. There's nothing dignified about you. You should look up what these words mean. You're not honorable. You're trash. You're punk. You're bitch. Fucking afraid of love. You're afraid to be nice to people. Who the fuck does that? You're a weak bitch. You want to show you have true strength? True strength is found in expressing love. Being vulnerable. Not towering over people. You're too high to be a... There's power in servitude that you can never receive being in the king position. Imagine how much greater it is to be a king who serves. And a queen who serves. Nobody can fuck with you. That's how you get the respect of the people. The people love you. You can never drop. They will never allow it. Fuck y'all know about power, having real power. Y'all don't know about no power. You're a bunch of idiots. When the people are on your side, that's when you have power. You're fools. Look at us like we're the least. When we are the greatest, not just in numbers, but we the people have the power. You're fools. Bumbleclot World Economic Forum, and not one person there is representing the fucking consumer and those who have to fucking abide by these stupid rules and laws. You don't even know how shit is working. You don't know how, and you don't care. See, that's why we don't like you. That's why you are doomed to fail. You are doomed to fall from your high and mighty position that you put yourself in. Nobody thinks of you that way. Nobody admires you. Nobody likes you. Nobody wants you there. Don't have a clue what real power look like. You just talk that shit. You don't live it. Look at it. All y'all, all you evil people, you're already sitting in positions of power, and yet still you're in fear every day, all day and all night. When is this power going to diminish? When is it going to poof and disappear? Because you know it's going to poof and disappear. You know it. And you're already sitting in the seats of the kings. You call the shots. You make the rules. And yet still, you live in such fear of losing your position. Why is that? Because you're trash. You are a failure in here. So it doesn't matter what's going on outside of you. You are doomed to fail. Let's see what message God want to tell you from this deck. So afraid of love. You call yourself a man. You call yourself a woman. And you're afraid of love? Who does that? You find more comfort and pleasure in being mean and being evil and being repulsive than you do in being gentle and kind and understanding and fair, and you're an idiot. So let's see. It says, when accept the love of the universe as my primary teacher, I will always be guided back to the light. I will always be guided back. Mhm. So, when you accept the love of the universe as your primary teacher, you will always be guided back to love. You will always be guided back to power. You will always be guided back to success. You will always be guided back to happiness. You will always be guided back to winning. You will always be guided back to what else? Everything that you want. Your best life. But you don't accept the love of the universe as your primary teacher. You accept the hate of the universe as your primary teacher. Because God created hate too, you know. God created love and God created hate. And you choose to hate. And then you hate on people who choose to love. You convince yourself that hate has power, but yet you see those with the love, they got power that you can't even fuck with your hate. Your hate can't penetrate the power that you see over here with those with love. But will you change and actually start to try love? Oh no! That's unheard of. And that's why you're gonna keep losing. You loser. Bitch. Thank y'all for watching. I'm out. Okay. It's them that made me just want to run off like that, because that's a great point to just slam down the telephone. You remember we had those telephones where you could actually hang up the phone and it sound loud, a loud click in their ear. That's what it felt like for me. But it's cool. For those of you who love me, for those of you who are good people, I'm gonna close out this reading nicely. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope that you all had a great time here. All right, I wish you the very best going forward. And know that this is the status of us, the general status of us as humanity. Okay? Those who swear they're about to run the world, they ain't running shit. They're not even running their own lives. They're scared out their wits. They don't know what they expect from us. Because we are the ones with the true power. We, the people, are the power. Okay? They don't know what true leadership look like. They think that leadership should be exhibited through people being in fear and people being divided, and they feel like in order for them to have power, everybody else has to be weak. Listen, this world was being run by morons up until now. Okay? And they insist on being morons because they really believe that they can change everybody else to want to be morons too. But they're gonna be falling by themselves. So let's continue to be great. Let's continue to build ourselves, build each other, build our communities. Those who don't want to be part of our love, let them go. Let them go do them hate. Okay, because rotten fruits, they fall off the tree all by themselves. You know, and if God so decide to give you the opportunity to kind of slap it off the tree or kick it ass off the tree, then have fun when you're doing so. Okay, but you know which way. Rotten fruits, them easy to come off the tree. So you don't have to watch them who love hate. Let them do them thing because they're failures anyway. They're failures in here. So they're naturally going to manifest failure out here, and that's what they're afraid of. Okay? But they don't realize that the world that they create in here is what's going to create the world out here for them. So we just have to keep our heads above the water and wait and watch them as they fall, 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 fall. Because they're going to fall. Because that's the life that they created for themselves. That's the reality that they live. And they're worried every day, when is this going to just come crashing down? Boo-hoo. While they're crashing, we're rising because we are the New World Order. Until next time, my love peace. Bye bye. We are the New World Order. Ha ha ha.